I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Who the fuck is this guy and why is he on my screen? Why am I even making a video about him? Well, I will tell you. I just need to explain something before I do. Can someone tell me what a Nerf war is? When I typed in Nerf war in the search bar as a kid, I came across these videos of these little kids making these little ambitious films using Nerf guns. Now all I see is a bunch of fucking adults making these videos. Like, what the hell? These guys are like 30. The one person who was at the top of these Nerf videos was one kid who is now an adult, and his name is...
Hey, what's up you guys? CACox97 here.
Now, I could just talk about his Nerf videos, but that would just be really useless. Not only useless, but very disrespectful, because CACox97 shouldn't just be known as that one guy that made Nerf videos as a kid, but he should be respected as an actual fucking filmmaker. And that is what we're doing today. Not only are we going over his history with Nerf and shit, we're also going to go over his history with filmmaking and entertainment as a whole, or at least as far back as I can trace it. Now, you would think this guy would have gotten started out on YouTube, right? Well, yes and no. Not only did he start the channel for his film projects, but he was also an actual actor. Not really for movies, but for theater. Yep, this little dude used to be an actor for theater. He was actually casted in the play Ragtime with another one of his close friends who was actually in quite a bit of his videos. Chris's beginning videos were just kind of shit that he would post for funsies and stuff like that, the majority of it being these little action videos that involve people shooting at each other with Nerf guns. He also uploaded other videos involving Nerf, such as reviews and even an interactive YouTube video game thingy.
Take that, jerk.
One of the most interesting ones from this period was Nerf gun zombie attack. The story in the movie was that these soldiers went to go investigate this sleepover or party or some shit that went really bad once zombies showed up uninvited. So the 7 US soldiers go in and take care of the mess. The Walking Dead ain't got shit on this. And this little movie doesn't miss a beat either, trust me. It's not some amazing thing, and this little movie doesn't miss a beat either. Trust me, it's not just some amazing thing that will be taking home Sundance or some shit, but for some little short film made by some 12-year-olds at the time, this shit is kind of intense. God damn, Chris. From this point, his channel started to grow rapidly, and he put out more Nerf type videos. The people who appeared in them were mostly just his friends, Cameron and Ben Cook. His relationship with Ben is actually quite interesting because he and Ben actually have another channel where they would have collaborated on certain projects together.
Yes, BCC stands for Ben, Chris, and Cox and Cook. Yes, BCC Productions. Woohoo! So it's...
But that eventually fell apart once they kind of had other obligations in their life that they wanted to do. With the success of his Nerf videos, he grew a rather reliable audience. Soon enough, he started doing way more videos that were just more than Nerf wars. He mostly focused on The Walking Dead for this little era at this point in time, but this little break from filming Nerf was only just a transition into what he would be doing next. He eventually got back into Nerf, with him doing his most popular series on the channel known as Nerf Arena and 10 Things You Should Never Do in a Nerf War.
Oh Jesus!
But he wasn't only doing that, however. He got into different mediums and other things as time went on, things such as gaming and machinimas. And the fact of his gaming videos, this would actually be where he met most of his friends that he collaborates with now, and this is also where they also created a group called Deep Sheep. One thing that I would like to mention is the old CACox97 website. The website was a place where Chris and other people in his circle would upload things that they normally wouldn't upload on their regular channels. Not only that, people could actually submit their own videos and have them feature on the website. Kinda like Channel Awesome in a way, except it didn't suck and it had less sexual harassment. Throughout the years, Chris didn't really put out as many filmmaking videos, specifically in this era. Around this time, he focused mainly on gaming and his group Deep Sheep. Unfortunately, I don't have any analytics for this time frame since it was so long ago, so I can't really make any solid deductions of whether or not it caused him some type of decline in viewership. Eventually, Chris got back in the habit of making more live action short films. One of my personal favorites during this era is called Knock Knock. Now, I don't want to spoil what exactly it's about. I'll leave a link in the description, but it's pretty nice in terms of a student short film. He got back into the habit of uploading more short films to his channel as he was growing up and going off into school, but some people in his audience were a little bit mad. You see, the problem was that Chris gained a really prominent audience from his Nerf videos. Some of those people wanted to just see more Nerf stuff. And based on the previous stuff that I just said, Chris was just growing out of that Nerf phase. Eventually, Chris put out a video explaining how after all these years, he's finally given up on making Nerf War style videos, and he's working more towards actual cinematic short films with Deep Sheep. His last Nerf videos were Nerf Arena Battle, and another 10 things you shouldn't do in a Nerf War. After announcing that he was distancing himself from his former claims of glory, he started focusing on actual productions, stuff that you would actually see someone seriously make when trying to make a film. But one thing you'll take notice to is that the comments in a lot of these videos are disabled. Now, you might ask, why is that? Well, it's film theory time, boys. I was actually here during the time Chris got back into the grind of filmmaking, but one thing that always crowded up his comment section was,
make more Nerf vids.
I tried to use the Wayback Machine to give you guys some proof, but unfortunately his channel wasn't documented that far, so I can't exactly give you the proof. Yeah. The short films from this era are actually really good since he got back in the grind of things, so I suggest that you guys check them all out. They really show how he's evolved from just some random kid making Nerf videos to an actual true to God filmmaker. Fast forward to a little bit later and we see that currently Chris hasn't been getting the same views as he used to get, but he still makes a lot of short films. One of them, Don't Look Away, won like a bunch of awards and is literally one of his most viewed videos on his channel. Although another little production I want to talk about that he's currently working on is called Panic. It's about a college student coping with severe anxiety. Now, just like I said, I don't want to spoil anything with this series because it's really well produced and really well written. So all of you guys just deserve to witness this complete masterpiece firsthand. The question is though, why exactly am I talking about him? Well, just like I said, this guy is very much underrated and is kind of mostly remembered for his Nerf stuff, which I said before and I'll say it again, is kind of disrespectful to what this man can actually pull off. I mean, it's really frustrating to see people literally not talk about this guy who's making really original stuff on his website, especially when people are critiquing the platform the hell and back for its lack of originality when it comes to creators, when there's one like right fucking here who's making really good original content. Honestly, CaCox97 is probably one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. I'll see all of you guys later on the next video, and bye.